So good morning, happy Tuesday, and here we go. The following Zoom session is being recorded and will appear later today. My voice is cracking already on my YouTube channel, Math with Mayo. There are two different classes that may be observing this session. Therefore, when you participate in the Zoom meeting, if you do not wish for your picture or your name to be made public, please leave the video off and use an alias name. If you have questions during the meeting but do not wish to speak, email me at bmail@ybcc.edu and I'll respond as soon as I can. All right, so today we're going to just do a course introduction for Math 80. There won't be any assignment per se tonight, other than maybe to explore things a little bit if you wish. One thing that just came up to I wanted to remind you of. So during the meeting, there is a place where you can send messages on the screen. One of you already did. I don't generally look there because I've got enough going on. So if you have a question during the meeting, but you don't want to speak during the meeting, email me. I will try to catch those questions like I did that one, but generally I probably won't. So sending a message to me on the screen during the meeting, I may not see it. Okay, so what I want to do now, I want to switch screens. And over here on the right side, I have what I sent out to everybody, the test taking policy. And I want to just add one statement there for clarification down at the bottom about test taking strategies, okay? It says work all problems out on scratch paper first. When you put the answer in the box in WAMAP, if it is correct, don't worry about entering your work. If you don't get the right answer, but want me to see if your process will get you partial credit, then email me your work as soon as you finish the test. And then I added this, do not correct the work that you send me. Okay, so this is a misunderstanding I have with students throughout the quarter. Let me clarify. I want, if you miss a problem and you want to hopefully get some partial credit, you are to email me the work that you did originally that led to the wrong answer. If you correct your work and send it to me, I'm just going to ignore it. What I'm looking for is, did you have some idea of what you were doing to start with? This is very much like if we were in a classroom and I was correcting tests. If the answer was wrong, I would look through your work to see if there was something that I could add to give you partial credit. But again, don't correct the work that you email to me. If you do, I'll just ignore it and everything. Okay, now, any questions about that at this point that you want to deal with? All right. Next of all, this over on the right side, this is from the syllabus that I sent out. It's down at the bottom. I recommend that if you haven't already, you print out both the test taking policy and the entire syllabus. Read through it again if you haven't. And I just want to refer to this here in a little bit. So over on the left side of the screen, I have the WAMAP portion of the material open. Just so you know, I have a class this quarter on WebAssign and 2 classes on WAMAP. I'll try not to, but I might accidentally say WebAssign when I mean WAMAP during this class, so bear with me on that. All right, so anyway, if you have already opened this up and looked at it, you will hopefully have noticed that it's a textbook material. So all of the material that you will need in terms of textbooks is available free on the website. Now, if you want to get textbooks and actually purchase them, talk to me about it, send me an email, I'll contact you or whatever. But I think you'll find that everything that you need is available for free. So for instance, here is OpenStax textbook, and it goes through all the different sections of the textbook. Now, the first outcome number 1, simplify arithmetic expressions. It has a bunch of different objectives. Over here, notice that today it just says course introduction. Tomorrow, objective 1A. So where is objective 1A? Well, I opened up outcome 1. Here's the first thing there. Let's see what happens. Here is objective 1A. All right. Now, notice it says section 1.1, introduction to whole numbers. I can click on this, and here it opens up the textbook where there is some reading material that I can look at. Okay. Also, here's another section from the textbook, section 1.7, decimals. Okay. Both of those are relative to what we're going to be doing in this section. Then there are some videos, and there are two different ways you can observe the videos. If you click on the name, it opens
around 48,000.
It opens it up basically in YouTube. So you have the video as well as a bunch of other things over here that you really don't need to do that. The other thing you can do is you can open it up using the little plus sign, and then it opens it up in your regular WAMAP screen, okay? Which you can still expand. Let's see if I start it up.
We went around
I can open
48,526.
that and still have it cover my whole screen, but it doesn't give me all those other YouTube videos. So again, either way there that you want to observe it, okay? So there's 3 different videos there. And then objective 1A, the assignment. As we're going along here, if you have any questions about any of these things, please don't hesitate to turn on your microphone and say, hey, excuse me, I've got a question, and I'll be glad to deal with that, okay? All right, so then we come to the actual assignment. Notice objective 1A, and this is what we'll be doing tomorrow, but I just want to introduce how that works. So you click on it, okay? And I've already looked at this, so it says resume. So what I want to point out is the way this works, not on the tests or the final, but on the homework, you get up to 3 tries for a given problem. If you haven't gotten the correct answer after 3 tries, it asks you if you want to try a new problem. So let's see how that works, okay? It says round 776.885 to the nearest hundredth. I'm just going to put in some wrong numbers, okay? So then it says, oh, sorry, there's an X, so it's incorrect. Okay, so that was my first try. And I'll put in some numbers for my second try. That was also incorrect. Boy, I'm doing terribly today. Put in my third one, submit it. Okay, now, since after 3 tries, I've gotten 3 wrong answers, I have to go up here and click get a similar question, and then it gives you a new question to start all over, okay? And there are like, I think there's like 99 questions, so hopefully you'll get it right before you've tried 3 times at 95 questions or 99 questions. But the point is, after 3 tries wrong, you have to ask for a new question. I'm not sure how this is going to work this quarter because I haven't dealt with this kind of situation before, but what I'm wondering is going to happen is if some of you email me and say, hey, Mr. Mail, can you look at my objective 1A assignment, you know, question number 1 or whatever. And the question that you have, if you've tried it 3 times already, I can do that problem for you, but you won't be able to enter that answer. It'll be for a new question that you'll have to ask. So we'll see how that's going to work out. But anyway, do you have any questions about that process? Okay, excellent. So now let's see here. I want to go back to this. So after I finished this objective 1A assignment, oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. So over here, notice tomorrow I will be lecturing on rounding decimals to indicated place values, and I'll be talking about all of this. You'll have this assignment that we just looked at. Now, here is a mistake that students often make. See over here where it says do no later than? That doesn't mean start the assignment Thursday at 11 p.m. and then panic because you don't get it finished in time. This is what you should be doing. The day that it's assigned, the day that I covered in class, you should work on the assignment and try and get it completely finished. Then, if you're not able to finish it, if you have some questions, you email me or you come to my office hour this afternoon at 1:15 and we deal with those questions. If you're one of those people, and I mentioned this possibility when I talked to all of you, that you want me to do the problem on the Zoom meeting the next day, that's great. So then on Thursday during class, I would do those examples, those requests. that gives you plenty of time to finish your assignment so that you can have it all done by its due time, absolute due time, okay? But if you wait until Thursday to do your assignment, and then you email me Thursday evening and say, hey, Mr. Mayo, I've got some questions, don't count on me getting back to you Thursday evening. Most likely it will be the next day. And by then it's too late to finish the assignment. So again, don't get behind. Do the assignment the day that it's presented so that it's all finished, including any questions you have on the final due date. Okay? Any question about that? All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are all these assignments timed, or and there are all them as similar in time and the amount it takes to complete them?
Okay. The homework assignments are not timed. Okay. So you can open them and close them as many times as you want. However, they do close after the due no later than. So the first assignment tomorrow, if you wait until Thursday at 11:50 to start the assignment, I hope you can work really quickly, okay? So it will close at 11:59 Thursday night, but there's not a set time limit on the homework assignments. Now, on the test and the final, things are a little bit different. Let's go back here and let's take a look. Let's see. So we've got, here's objective 1B, etc. It goes all the way down. Here's the review, outcome number 1 review. And again, so here is an assignment that it's not timed, but when you get to the test, okay, first of all, so that you don't accidentally open the test by clicking on the wrong link, in order to access the test, you have to put in the password. Now, the password is in your syllabus. I hopefully mentioned it to everybody. I will remind you, the password is capital M and then the rest of my name. It's not showing up there, but it's M-A-Y-O, okay? Then you can click on start, and let's see, this assignment has a time limit. So recall, and this again, I mentioned in the test taking policy, you have 75 minutes for the regular tests. And I can't remember, I think it's like 2.5 hours for the final exam. So once you click start on this, the time goes, you can't stop it. You can't come back 2 hours later. You have to finish it. So as per the test taking policy, when you get ready to take the test, you should have your phone off. You should have no distractions. If you've got kids, make sure they're not going to come and distract you so that you have your 75 minutes without interruption. Okay, does that answer that question for you?
Yes, thank you.
You bet. All right, any other questions concerning how WAMAP works? All right, so I will be back this afternoon from 1:15 to 2:15 with an office hour. You can come anytime during that hour and ask questions about whatever. Tomorrow morning, I'll be back at 10:30, where we will start with objective 1A. And as I've mentioned, I'm going to be recording these videos. It'll be on my YouTube channel, Math with Mayo, under a playlist, Math 80 Spring 2022. Yeah, so again, that's where you can observe it if you want to catch it later. Well, that's all I have. So if there are no other questions, we'll call it. Anything else that you want to ask about at this point? All right, then I will stop the recording.